Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine. For those of you who are new, sorry about the car driving by in the background there. Audio can't be perfect all the time. I've been MIA for a while now, probably about a week and a half. Last post might have been like 2 weeks ago. I don't even know. But let me tell you what's been going on and kind of just catch you up with where I'm at right now. So about a week and a half ago, we were up in Muskoka for the long weekend, and I had been gathering footage with the intention of putting together a day in the life video for you guys. And then on Sunday, I got a phone call from my mom telling me that my grandmother had passed away. And she hadn't been well for a while, so we knew that it was coming, though that doesn't seem to make it any easier. Yeah, we did know that it was coming, but it was still really hard, and I just needed to get home. So we packed up, we headed home, and did we need to rush out of there? No, but I needed to be home. I needed to see my family. So I headed over to my parents' house that evening, just to chat with them and yeah, do what you do, I guess. I have a lot of thoughts and emotions that I'm still working through with the passing of my grandmother. We had the opportunity to get together with our extended family at a park last weekend, and so that was nice. I feel like that was a good start to like the grieving process, but I feel like there's still a lot of stuff that I still have yet to go through. It's very strange. I don't know how to describe it. And I think especially because it was such a weird year, right? Like this has been such a weird year with the pandemic that I wasn't even able really to see my grandmother much this past year because of the restrictions and everything. Anyway, as soon as that had happened, I headed into a very, very busy time at work. Like I was getting up really, really early in the morning to do my work, staying up late at night to finish it. And that finally wrapped up just on Monday. Wow, that was only 2 days ago. Everything's a blur. I can't keep track of things right now. So anyways, that wrapped up on Monday, so I'm feeling a little bit better, and I feel like I finally have like the time and the opportunity and the space to really process everything that has happened with my grandma. Now, yesterday was June 1st. June 1st is actually my grandmother's birthday. So she was so close to 90. She almost made it to 90. She was only shy by just over a week. I really thought, like I had this feeling not too long before she passed. I was like, she's gonna do it. She's going for it. She is going for 90. And then she didn't make it. I don't think she even really cared about birthdays though, to be honest. Like she's just not one of those people. I don't think that she could have cared less if she made it to 90 or not, in my opinion. I don't know. People who are watching this, who know her, weigh in. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Anyway, yeah, I feel like I finally have the time and the space to process that and to kind of grieve and everything. So I'm just gonna take that one day at a time. But yes, yesterday was her birthday, so Hawk and I went to get ice cream cones, and we had an ice cream cone cheers to celebrate grandma or great grandma's first birthday in heaven. So, or on the other side, whatever you want to call it. I believe in an afterlife. What term I use, the terminology to me doesn't really matter. But yeah, I believe that there's something beyond this existence. Do you? Let me know. Okay. What else? Oh, how could I forget? Right, there's this thing, June 1st. Yesterday, June 1st, also marked the start of a very, very important month for our family, which is Pride Month. Now, I know this probably sounds kind of weird, but like for me and for my family, June is this like one month where we feel like we can, I should speak for myself, where I feel like I can truly be my authentic self without really having to worry a lot about what other people might be thinking or how other people might respond. And I know that that's strange because I should just be my true and authentic self every single day of the year. But somehow June hits, I don't know, maybe it's summertime, maybe it's the warm weather, the longer days. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like I can be myself much more in the month of June than I can the rest of the year. Is there logic to that? Anyway, happy Pride to all of you who are celebrating and to all of the allies out there. Allies are so incredibly important in helping to make our lives better. And let me just tell you real quick about something that also happened yesterday. So there is a school board, a Catholic school board in our region who has said that they will not be flying the Pride flag. All the public schools do fly the Pride flag, and a lot of the Catholic boards do also fly it, but there is one board that has said, nope, we are not doing it. Even though we are publicly funded, we are not flying the Pride flag. So there was a trustee meeting last night. So there were a bunch of parents who went to support the trustees and say, like, we agree with your decision not to fly the flag. So my wife headed on down to the board office along with some other very, very passionate people to rally against these parents who are in support of not flying the flag. Like, why? Why? I just don't get it. But anyway, I was very, very proud of my wife and so thankful to all of these people who went yesterday. And the person who was actually leading the entire group yesterday is not a member of the community, but she is an ally. And she is somebody who I've actually known since my university days. So this is like a long time. Gosh, 15 years? I don't even know. There's math in there. So I've known her for a very, very long time, and she actually spoke up when I was in Teachers College. She was a voice when I couldn't be a voice. When I didn't have the courage to stand up to some of the other people in our classes, she was that voice. So she stood up for me. She stood up for all members of the community, and I can't express enough like how grateful I am to her and to all of these other people who stand up for us and be our voices when we can't. You know, this kind of ties back to my last vlog in, there are always groups who have power. And if you are one of those groups or one of those people who is in power, you have a choice. You can either lift people up or you can hold people down. So what's it going to be? Make a choice, right? So I was just so thankful for her and for this whole group of parents and allies and community members who went down and protested this whole flag issue. On that note of flags, in our region, most of the flags are currently at half-mast. And this was another big thing that just happened over the weekend. There was the discovery of 215 children's remains at the former site of a residential school in Kamloops, BC. And 215, that's only a fraction of the children who died at residential schools. And this is a heavy, heavy topic, a very, very heavy topic, but there is a lot that still needs to happen. And lowering the flags to half-mast, is that a start? Yes, that's helpful. Is it enough? Nope. Is saying sorry enough? Nope. There is a lot of trauma that has taken place over the last hundreds of years, and there is a lot of reconciliation that needs to happen. There needs to be acknowledgement. We need to make sure that this stuff is in our history books, in our textbooks, that kids are learning about it at school, and we need to acknowledge who we are as a country, and we need to acknowledge our dark past. A lot of countries have dark pasts, and just because we're in Canada, well, I feel like Canada has always kind of swept things under the rug and just been like do, we don't have a dark past, but we do. So when it comes to things like residential schools and the fact that we took so many children from their homes and forced them into these completely foreign environments. The pain that the mothers must have gone through as they witnessed the white people and the colonizers coming to their communities, knowing that they were going to take their children. Like, what do you do with your child? Do you hide your child? Like, do you tell them to go play in the woods and not come back for 2 days in hopes that they're not going to get your kid? And then on the flip side of that, the children, who have been ripped from their community, their way of life, they're not allowed to speak their language anymore. They can't practice any of their traditional ways. I don't know. I just know that I was someone who, I got very homesick until probably like the age of 14, maybe a little bit older than that. I was a homebody and I liked to be home. I liked to be with my family. So imagine being taken from your home at the age of like 3, 4, 5, even older than that, and being forced into a completely unfamiliar situation and way of life. I hope that we are headed in the right direction with this. Just so much more needs to be done. There have been, in 2015, there were 94 calls to action. How many of those have been fulfilled at this point? It is 6 years later, 10 of those calls to action. It's not good enough. It's just not good enough. So what are the next steps? Well, I think one of the main things is acknowledging the land that you are on. It is not our land. We do not own it. The land is ours to use, and we should use the land to nurture us. And we should also have a reciprocal relationship with the land, where as the land nurtures us, we give back to the land as well, right? We've just come we're so far removed from the way that we should be living. Okay, I'm ranting. I guess I'll stop there. But on the flag note, we usually fly the pride flag this time of year, but we are following along with the schools in our community, and since we can't lower our flag to half-mast, we are flying the First Nations flag, and we'll keep it up for 9 days, 9 days being 1 hour for every child who was found. Again, it's not enough, but it's a step. So let's use this time to learn, so to get ourselves educated, to reflect, to acknowledge, and to process all of our history. We had a guest speaker at work today, and one of the things that was mentioned was that you can't get to where you're going without first acknowledging your past. And I think that as a country, as a whole, we got to back it up a little bit. We've got to acknowledge, we need to know where we came from, right? And there are so many people who don't. Okay, rant over. That's where we're at. I think I will be back in action and hopefully keeping up with my vlogs going forward. Thank you very much for watching today. If you got any value out of this, give me a thumbs up. If you're new here and you stayed till the end, hit subscribe. I would love to have you as a viewer. I promise it's not always rants. Sometimes it's hacks, sometimes it's helpful mom tips. I'm all over the place. I don't have a niche, but thank you to all of you for watching today. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you for being good people, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.